Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Reds Relay Podcast. It's been a little bit. Spring training's gotten up and running with pitchers and catchers report this past week. Also, some of the position players have now made their way down to spring training. One of the guys that has made their way down to spring training in the last few days, Cam Collier. We have an interview for you today that we're going to show everybody, and we got a chance to talk to Cam Collier, and it was actually really, really cool. So I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So here's Cam. Happy to have you. Sorry about the wait. We were fiddling around with Zoom and trying to get things to kind of match up for our video that we're going to do. So apologize.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here in a second.
I'm trying to pin him.
Yeah, we're trying to get you on the – does it look good over there on your end? All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so you're down in Arizona, right?
Right.
And I guess I should introduce them. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. We got Cam Collier on today, the number 5 overall prospect for the Reds in their organization. Third base. Saw you playing a little bit of first base the other day. I think they posted on Instagram, so they got you first base. So I guess the first thing I want to just jump into it and kind of talk to you about how is Arizona so far?
Yeah, Arizona's been fun, man. We're just getting down here, just working. We got down here a little early for big league camp, just to get on the grass, get on the dirt, and just like be around the coaches and stuff. It's been pretty cool.
And you mentioned coaches, and obviously the big news of the offseason is Terry Francona. So have you gotten a chance to kind of talk with him a little bit and kind of get to know him a little bit?
Yeah, like I met him as a caravan. Really good dude. Especially I'm gonna get more time talking to him, get more meeting him when we get into big league camp. But being around all the big league coaches, it's been pretty cool.
Awesome. And, I think for you, and this is always something I've wondered, now that I've gotten to the age where, I'm 22 years old. So a lot of these guys like yourself that are coming up through the minor leagues, very young, obviously, like your Ellies and these guys that come up 22 years old. What's it like being as young as you are and being around some of these veteran guys and like experiencing big league camp as, like a 19, 20-year-old?
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. You got to take it as like just listen and learn. First time through, you got all these guys with all this experience, and it's a blessing. You get to learn from these guys that played a long time in the league, and just be able to watch them and be able to practice with them, and all get better in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something like I feel like if it were me, like that would be hard for me to handle. Just like even being in the All-Star Futures game last year, you're on the big screen, you're on the big stage, and all these people, and I believe MVP won the MVP of the game.
Yeah.
So like how do you handle that as a young player? Just the publicity of being Cam Collier, I guess.
I just take it as I always have, and just keep playing baseball. Just knowing and understand it's a game, and you're just playing the game in front of more people now that love the game. So I just take it day by day, and just try to keep baseball, and just try to stay as level headed as possible.
Okay. Nice. So we know your dad, he had a good MLB career. And how has that played a role with transitioning into being a young draft pick coming up through the organization and even getting a spring training invite at such a young age? Like how does that help you? And what kind of like advice has he given you?
Yeah, it helps a lot, man. Being able to have a dad that played professionally, played in the big leagues, and been through the ringer, man, it's been a blessing. Not only to have him, the guys he's brought me around, the guys that I've built a relationship with because of him, and it's been amazing. And it is something I'm happy to have while I'm going through my career, especially.
Is there anything that or is there? I guess I shouldn't say anything. Any guys that when you were growing up, that your dad put you in front of that you kind of just got to listen and just kind of soak up knowledge from? Is there any guys that come to mind?
Yeah, like I remember at a young age, like one day out of nowhere, he just brought me around Tim Anderson. It's like, man, it's still a big leaguer, man. This guy's popping off. This guy's doing this thing in the big leagues, and just to be around him, it was pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool. Tim Anderson's obviously a very good player, and that's something I think about too. You hear about like obviously like Griffey Jr. and Griffey Sr. and you see these guys get to be around these players, and I just think it's so beneficial for these guys to be able just get all this knowledge from all these different veteran players and kind of get a little bit of the experience of being a big leaguer before they're truly a big leaguer, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think the next thing I kind of want to ask you is we talked a little bit about the futures game. How was that? How was the futures game kind of on the big stage, you know, kind of for the first time and getting to see some of the young talent coming through the minor leagues?
Man, that's pretty cool. You know, they put you out in front of all the best talent in the minor leagues. Just being able to see those guys in person, see how they work, just see them and pick their brains in person. It was pretty cool. And then to be there representing the Reds, man, it was an honor. You know, and then to be able to do what I did, man, it was very special. You know, I had my family there, had my friends there, and it was a pretty good time.
Awesome, man. That's very, very cool. You want the next one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So there's a lot of new faces with this new Reds team. A couple free agency signings, some trades. You know, new manager, new faces. Who are some of the guys that you were kind of like connecting with or like hanging out with inside of the clubhouse or around Arizona as spring training starts to kick off?
Yeah, for sure. Now, like you know, Reese Hines, like he's like you know, I stayed with him last year. You know, I'm around him a lot, man. I built that relationship with him. My first year, we got to be in instructs together. So just being around him a lot, man. Just learning the ropes. Just trying to be a sponge. You know, he's been there. You know, he's working his way there, man. He's a pretty good guy. So I've been around him a lot. You know, picking his brain.
And he's obviously had his little spurt of success so far. Obviously, last year coming in and I think it was a 7 games, had 6 homers or something crazy like that. And obviously, everybody would love to have a start like that. Did you get a chance to? I'm kind of going to go off this. Did you get a chance to kind of talk to him after he had that really hot week in the big leagues?
You know, like after he going crazy, he wanted to act like a celebrity, so he wouldn't pick up his phone. So I had to wait a little bit to congratulate him and talk to him about it. But you know, like when I did, man, I was proud of him.
That's
He
awesome, man. That's really cool. And that's the other thing too is like I wonder. We obviously we aren't. We never had a chance to obviously be big leaguers or anything like that. And it's just interesting to hear like the camaraderie between certain players and like how they interact with each other, and you know like how you guys kind of come up together in the organization and how that can really affect a baseball team. I mean, you're seeing it with the Reds. You know, guys like McClain and Ellie coming up together, and Andrew Abbott and some of these guys that came up a couple years ago. Is there any, you know, who are your go-to teammates at with Dayton? I know you played a lot with Dayton last year, had a lot of success. So who's some of the guys that you are, you know, very close with on the Dayton team?
Yeah, especially my roommate Jay Allen. I was really close to him. You know, again, I met him when my first year in instructs. You know, I got really close to him, and then Sal too. He was there my draft year as well. Got that bond with him as well, and then you know, let me see. Um, I would say O'Donnell, Ethan O'Donnell. You
Ethan
know,
O'Donnell. Okay, I've heard a lot
he's
of
one.
good things about him. I've heard a
Yeah,
lot of good
yeah,
things about him.
yeah. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. A good dude.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've heard a lot of. I've heard those two guys are very, very talented. Ethan O'Donnell, I don't feel like gets talked about enough in the organization. I've been hearing some really good things about how he played last year, and obviously Jay Allen's always been kind of a bigger prospect in the organization. So it's really cool to hear things like that, and just
Yeah.
to get an understanding of the guys that you're around down there, and how you guys are kind of feeding off each other to get to the goal of being on the big league club, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one little question we got right here is if you could pick one pitcher on the Reds to face on the last day of spring training, who would you pick? Because there's a lot of talent in that starting lineup.
I would have to say Rhett. I would love to face Rhett the last day of spring training.
Okay. Yeah, because you and Rhett played.
Yeah, I played with Rhett and Dayton, and then he got me last spring training, so I need to run it back. Got it
All right,
right.
yeah. Have you gotten a chance? Have you guys done like live hitting at all yet, or anything like that down there?
Not really. You know, we just really getting into just getting it, building it up. You know,
Okay.
not too much doing, just a little ground ball work. You know, just a little regular BP. I think that'll ramp back up, and we'll be doing that when camp starts. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the ground ball work. What's been, and I don't really know for sure. I know obviously you're drafted as a third baseman. What has been, the work? What's the work like been going to first base? How is that? And I know that's probably not permanently where they're going to put you, but how has that transition kind of been?
Yeah, it's been cool. Like, like I'm always open to play wherever they need me. And I played a little first base in high school, like going to different events just to get more at bats. But I'm excited. I'm out there learning how to actually play it for the first time, getting professional teaching, and I'm having a good time over there. For
So have
sure.
you gotten? I assume I know Mike Napoli is a guy that the Reds brought in, and he obviously has some success at first base and played a little bit. Who's kind of the guys that have worked with you at first base? I know it's a short time period. Obviously, you just got to camp recently, but has there been a couple of guys kind of in your ear a little bit, working with you at first?
Yeah, it's like all the big infield guys, like all Hosey. I work with Coach Napoli a couple times, just getting over there, a couple first days, just getting used to meeting everybody, getting used to getting them over with me, and it'll probably ramp up more. I'll probably give it those guys even more, but we're just
Mhm.
just touching the
Yeah, you're
surface.
just getting started. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to backtrack a little bit. I want to talk about because obviously you were drafted out of high school.
Hmm.
And what was that decision like? Because where was there any? So I'll start here. Where were the places that, as far as colleges, that you were kind of like planning on going to, had a nice offer? What were some of the schools that you were on your mind?
So I was committed to the University of Louisville.
Okay.
And I have been committed there since I was like a eighth grader. So
Okay.
I was 100% going to go there for sure.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so that decision to say, obviously being drafted in the first round probably makes it a little bit easier. The money's probably a little nicer. But what what kind of thought process, or did it take you a while to kind of say, okay, I feel like if I'm going to get drafted, like let's do this, let's go. I don't need to go to school.
Yeah, like the number one dream is always to be a major league baseball player, and I felt like if I got the opportunity in a good situation, I wanted to take it
Hmm.
earlier than less. So I just saw the opportunity and was like, my everybody felt like I was ready. My dad, my trainers, they thought it was the right decision. I trust them 100%. So just felt like it was the time to just start it.
Seems like you've made the right decision so far because the last couple of years in the minor leagues, you have been hitting the ball very well. Obviously, 20 home runs last year, big power numbers. That's
Thank
kind of the, I feel like that's the thing for you. And like, how do you feel that you view yourself as a player? Obviously, the 20 home runs kind of jumps off the page in single A with Dayton. But what does Cam Collier's game look like?
my game always been since I've been younger age has been hitting. I've always been a guy that could hit anything. Hit for average, hit for power, hit for everything. It's like just getting back to that guy. I
Mhm.
kind of got back to that guy this year, but getting the all around Cam back, getting the guy that can hit, play a little defense, got a good arm. But that's probably what I would say.
And
Yeah.
so another thing I want to ask you too is, and I know I'm sure there's a few guys that probably get tired about hearing this, but obviously Ellie De La Cruz is like a otherworldly talent. So have you gotten a chance? I'm sure you've obviously talked to him, but have you gotten a chance to kind of sit back and kind of just watch him play the game of baseball?
Oh yeah, like I remember in Daytona, whenever we would have a rain delay, we just cook on the res and just watch the game. And we had the honor. We watched his cycle game.
Oh
So
wow.
we got
Okay.
to watch it happen. We're looking at this and like, man, this is insane. This guy's going for the cycle. He just got up there. It's really crazy to watch. Like
It's
the guys.
yeah, he's a different cat, obviously. I mean,
Yeah, he's one of the more exciting guys to watch. And, one of me and Brendan's favorite players to watch is Matt McClain. And
Yeah.
that'd be really exciting to go down there and see. Is there any other guys like that that you're really excited to watch play and learn from down in Arizona?
Really, really everybody, man. Like we have such a good team and such an exciting team. It's just like just getting out there to be able to see everybody take BP, see everybody how they go around do their work has been. I've seen a little bit of it, but like, man, I'm pretty excited for it.
so you wanna go with one of these? Go ahead. Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
throw.
we can.
We got a couple
Little fun questions.
kind of rapid fire questions we're gonna
So
throw
we
in.
had Tyler Stevenson on here a couple months ago, and we asked him about his "Afternoon Delight" walk-up song. So what's going to be your walk-up song for this year, and maybe what was it
Uh,
last year?
okay, so last year we didn't have walk ups in Dayton.
Okay.
We didn't have walk ups in Dayton, but this year I've been thinking like I don't know. I've been thinking about either On One a Night by Gunna
Oh, that's it. Okay.
or
Yeah.
or probably Dumb Dumb and Dumber by Lil Baby. So it's like
Okay.
a toss up. I'm trying to
So
figure it out
we
which
got a
one.
couple people in here that were hyped about that you just said both of those songs. So yeah, it sounds like pretty good
You got any
choices.
recommendations for walk-ups, Josh?
We're putting you on the spot.
I think those are good ones.
Those goals, those
Okay,
goals.
he likes him. He likes him. He likes him. You got approved by one of our
He's a
guys.
little baby
There we go.
kind of guy.
There we go.
That's
There we
awesome,
go.
man.
There we go.
Really, no walk-ups in Dayton though. That's a
No
little...
walk-ups. No walk-ups. No. In
Was
Daytona,
that... No, go ahead. Go ahead.
we had them in Daytona, and then I think in Daytona I had Strike by Lil Yachty
Okay.
in Daytona, and then they said none in Dayton.
That's so weird. I wonder why that is. Because that's obviously like a really nice ballpark, and I'm sure they've got the ability to do it. But
Yeah.
So what's your kind of goals for this coming season? I know obviously for you as a young player, you want to come out and you just want to play well, and you want to impress the major league staff and keep working your way through the minor leagues. But what are some goals that you have for yourself in 2025?
One really big goal that I've been really hammering into this offseason is just consistency.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to have a season where I'm consistent at my best the whole year and allowing myself to go out there and be the best player I can every single day.
And so, and I love that answer because, obviously like baseball is a hard game, and even at our level, we're playing college baseball right now. And like, obviously even at our level, it's always difficult at every level you're at. It doesn't matter if you're Division I, Division III, if you're, playing pro ball or whatever. So when you go through, those struggling times where, it just feels like you can't hit anything or just things aren't going your way, maybe you're hitting the ball hard, but you're hitting it right at everybody. What's something that helps you kind of get your way through those tough times at the plate?
I think the biggest thing for me and the biggest thing I learned is just being able to just get over it and just move to the next day. Like, talk about it. You got a question, talk about it with your coaches. Your coach is going to give you what you need to do. Leave that at the field, come home, get some sleep, and come back the next day clear-minded and just ready to keep going. I feel like that's the best way for me. That's what I've learned, and it's really helped me.
Very cool. Very cool. So we talked a little bit about, I feel like I'm kind of jumping around here, but we talked a little bit about some guys that you would want to face on the Reds ball club. So let's take Cam Collier and let's put him in the Reds lineup. What is an arm that you would love to face that's at the big league level right now?
Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens, yeah, okay.
Easy.
Yeah, that was kind of, we were talking about this question before you got in here, and I said I'm about 99% sure he's going to say Paul Skeens.
God, that's the big one for me. I want to see what that is in the box. I gotta see what it's all about.
That's the little splinker that he throws has got to be like just make you want to walk back to the dugout. Don't even.
I've never seen nothing like it, man. I gotta see what that looks like up close.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And obviously, so I'm gonna put you on the spot here again. So you say Paul Skeens. Now, as being a left-handed hitter, obviously facing left-handed pitching is a lot tougher. So give me maybe a left-handed pitcher that it'd be like, okay, like this is a guy that this is going to be a challenge for me. Like who's that guy going to be?
Hobie Milner.
Hobie Milner. Wow, that's okay. That's a name. I really going to get like a Chris Sale or something there.
No, I saw Hobie Milner's wind up on MLB The Show, and I was like, that's definitely gonna be a tough one in real life for sure.
That's a great answer. I love that. He's one of those guys that obviously pitching for the Brewers that we've been able to watch over the years and kind of has that funky delivery. Doesn't throw really hard, which can kind of help those guys sometimes. But yeah, that's a really good answer actually. That's so okay. Hobie Milner. So Paul Skeens, and then Hobie Milner. That's awesome. So I think we got a couple more questions. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you guys are super busy and obviously getting ready to ramp up into spring training. But I think we talked. Let's see. So what's another one we could throw at him?
We kind of a couple of us in here in the room. We took some bets on what your favorite sunflower seed was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, like in a dugout. keeping it in your bag. What are you going for at the gas station? What are you grabbing?
Dill pickle. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, dill pickle.
Dill pickle.
Josh, did you have that one? I did. Okay, dill pickle. Okay. All right, dill pickle.
Dill pickle. Dill pickle.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great to have you on, Cam. We obviously are rooting for you, man. We've talked a few times about you on the podcast, and obviously I think you're a very talented player. And we've talked a little bit. We feel like obviously the big league club is very full, and there's a lot of really good players. But I see no reason why somebody like you can't come up, at some point during the season and really make an impact for this team. So, what's kind of the mindset as far as when you get to the big league club? I'm trying to think about how I want to word this question, but we talked a little bit about your goals. I'm trying to think about how I want to ask this question, but what's it going to be like? Let's think about like what it's going to be like when you get to the big league club. How do you think you're going to feel? How do you think you're going to react to that?
I just feel like the first reaction is just gonna be starstruck and just like in shock. You talk about it so much. I talk about it so much with my dad that it's just like it feels unreal. But like at one day, someday it will be real, and I just know it'll be crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome,
we
man.
try to catch a lot of the bigger prospects' debuts. Like we tried to go to Rhett Lauder, but like a debut like yours, we'll probably make sure to try to get some tickets there. If we can.
Oh yeah, gotta come watch.
You got to. I promise it's gonna be a show. I promise.
That's
right
awesome, man. All right, man. Well, I think that's gonna probably do it. We really appreciate your time, man. We wish the absolute best of luck to you in spring training, and hope you obviously stay healthy and just keep mashing, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate getting you on here, and it's been really fun, man. So we wish you well, and thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, see you, Cam.
All right, see you.